Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. This design is of two names and I did it in my more geometric fine line style and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this script shown here was originally developed by Loren Sherman in 2011 and it uses a combination of these modifiers, which are dots, and line modifiers, which can either be curvy or straight lines. It doesn't matter. In fact, these line modifiers are what I use to make this hexagon shape, which isn't in the guide otherwise. And then these stem shapes on the word circle have four bases. We have a shallow divot stem, like this, a circle inside the word circle, like this, a deep divot, like this, and then a circle on the line of the word circle, which there isn't any of that stem in this design. There are none of these letters. And then vowels are smaller circles, which are like these little guys here. And then the vowels have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of the four consonant stems. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to this transcription and I'll show you how it says what it says. So this script is read starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, which is why this gray arrow is here. So that means on our first word here, our first letter is this little guy right at the bottom. And like I said earlier, little circles are vowels. So we're going to check at our vowels on the word circle line. And this vowel's inside the word circle here. So that makes it the letter O. This line passing through the letter O is the letter I. Well, it's part of the I. The I is like this E circle, but with a line going inwards. So these lines here, this one is the U, that one is the I, don't actually count on these O's and A's. So the O is just a blank circle, just like this, hanging out inside the word circle. So O, and then we have our next letter. This is a shallow divot stem, like this one. And we count up the lines that end on that stem. We see this thin one, this thicker one, and then this thin one again. So 1, 2, 3 lines end on that, making it an S. It doesn't matter that this line connects back up to the same letter. What matters is where it ends. So 1, 2, 3 makes this an S. And then our next letter, if we continue counterclockwise, is this one, which is inside the word circle. So we're in this row. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 dots, making it the letter C. And this letter C is special. You only use the letter C in a proper noun usually or in an acronym, and this name being Oscar is a proper noun, so we use the actual letter C instead of the letter K. And then our next letter is another little circle. It's a vowel and it's outside the word circle, so that makes it an A. It's also important that this letter is a little closer to this word than to this word because it is part of the name Oscar, not part of the name Ben. So anyway, our last letter here is this shallow divot with 3 dots, making it an R. So O-S-C-A-R, Oscar. Here's our next word. The bottom's here, and this is our first letter. It is a deep divot, so this stem, and there are no dots by it or lines ending on it. So that is just the letter B. Then we continue around. Here is the letter E. It's a little circle on the line of the word circle. And then our last letter of this name is a circle inside the word circle with 1 line. And this being thick does not matter. What matters is that it's inside the word circle and has 1 line ending on it, because that's what makes it the letter N. So there's Ben. Our next name here starts at the bottom here and has a deep divot with 2 lines. So it's the same row as the B, but with 2 lines makes it an H. And then right in the middle of it, we have a vowel, and if we follow down, here's an E. So that would be an H-E. Continuing on. Here we have a dashed line, and this dashed line, much like the thick one, does not matter. What matters is that it is a complete circle inside the word circle with 1, 2, 3, 4 dots, making another C, just like this letter C. And these lines all passing through it, again, do not matter because they pass through it. Lines that pass through a letter do not count. Only when they end on the letter do they count. So here's a C, and then we have an R. Sorry, this is a T, not an R. Sorry, this is an R. Here, I'm reading ahead of myself. This is the shallow divot stem with no modifiers. These dots are all closer to this dashed line, so that's a T. And then we have an O hanging out inside the word circle, just like that, O. And then we have the R with 1, 2, 3 dots ending near it. So that's the R. And again, lines that pass through do not count. Only when they end do they count. So H-E-C-T-O-R is Hector. And then our last name here, bottom is here. We have a circle inside the word circle, so we're in this row. And there are these 2 lines ending on it, so that would be a P. And then we have an A outside the word circle, just like that A U with a line radiating outwards. And then last but not least, we have 1, 2, 3 dots on this circle inside the word circle, making it an L, so Paul. So yeah, here's Oscar, Ben, Hector, Paul. And I really like how this design turned out, and I hope it makes a good tattoo for you. Bye.